Yo, what is up, guys? It's the Propaholic, and I'm back with another breakdown for UFC 281. I will be breaking down Matt Frevola, versus Ottman Azaitar. Yeah, guys, this fight is going to be absolute chaos. I was tweeting about it earlier in the week and was saying that this is going to be the best fight on the prelims. It's going to deliver, and every time we watch Matt Frevola fight, guys, I mean the guy delivers. I mean, he's coming out there, he's getting into these brawls, and he has great wrestling. He has a great all around game. I really like what Frevola brings. He has faced extremely good competition in the UFC in my mind. He has a win by decision against Jalen Turner, a split decision against Pena, which he came out and he mostly controlled him. There was a strike in that fight, guys. I gotta post it on my Twitter later, but I know Frevola has been cracked several times. He's been knocked down several times. I'm gonna pull that number up later in the video. But guys, Luis Pena, I think it was like middle of the second round, maybe late going into the second round. He hit him with a flying knee. That flying knee connected right underneath his chin, connected right underneath Revola's chin. And he ate that shit, guys. He ate it, and he was also to grind himself on the ground, getting most of his control time in any fight that he's gotten, and was able to win that fight. And then he faced Arman Tsarukyan, guys, who we all know what Arman Tsarukyan brings to the table. And it's kind of crazy because Frevola came in as a 5-1 dog, and he put up one hell of a first round in that fight, guys. He looked like he belonged in there with a top 15 opponent in my mind. Tsarukyan was able to control him most of that fight, but that's not what Azaitar is going to do, guys. Azaitar he probably has the scariest power I've ever seen at 155. I mean, when you have 12 of your 13 wins inside the distance, you're not in there to go to the decision and see the judges. You're in there to knock someone's head off of their shoulders, and what Azaitar does is it's crazy. Azaitar doesn't even wind up his strikes, guys. He is so quick with an overhand right. You won't even see it. You won't see it coming. And I mean, my God, what he did in his UFC debut, I cannot pronounce this guy's name. You guys can crap on me in the comments. I'm terrible at pronouncing names. This guy's name is Timu Papilan, I'm pretty sure. Guys, that overhand right that he landed on him was the most disgusting overhand right I've ever watched in the UFC. And even reviewing the film, I don't know how the hell that man was standing even to watch Azaitar's hand get raised. Because if you guys go back, and you guys can even look it up on YouTube, there's like a 20-second clip of it. You just listen to the thud where he landed that shot. He perfectly placed it right behind the ear. I was saying about like right here, he placed it. And you just heard a crack in his skull. It sounded like the man's skull crack, guys. It was disgusting. I have seen Azaitar taken down on the regional film. He wasn't really controlled, but I mean, the man shows that he wants to be on the feet most of the time. As I mean, he's only had about 5 minutes in the UFC. That's what his UFC career adds up to, and no one shot a takedown against him. Which honestly, if you're Matt Frevola and you're his coaches, you are going up to this man in his face. And if you are holding a Matt Frevola ticket, you better damn well hope that this man tries to initiate the wrestling, because if he doesn't and he wants to brawl like he did with Valdez, like he did with Turner, like he's done with like he did with Polo Reyes, guys, if Revola's been knocked out by Polo Reyes, who's not UFC level, I know this is early in Frevola's career, but if you are getting knocked out by Polo Reyes and you want to get into a brawl with Azaitar, holy shit, you are going to sleep. You are going, you might wake up in a hospital, guys. That's how hard this guy hits. It's not a joke with 155. When I'm telling you guys, I think he's the hardest hitter in this division. I think the line is a pick 'em at minus 110. Azaitar opened at plus 130. I personally wouldn't take a shot on Azaitar. How I would play Azaitar is throwing his KO because Frevola leaves his hands down when he brawls, and they actually put himself in the intro, like, you know how they introduce people as a striker, a Muay Thai striker, he's a wrestler. Guys, they announced Matt Frevola's name, and they say brawler. If he even thinks about doing it here, guys, violence in this spot is a must play. I don't know what I love how we have over unders now because I could talk about over unders on my breakdowns too now, but the over under on Bet Online, which I was texting DFS by the numbers about this, plus 130. Someone is getting fired or getting their ass kicked. That line instantly got hammered and is at minus 170 now, which I wouldn't play, but if you can get the fight doesn't go at opening odds, I would say like minimum, like highest odds I play at, maybe minus 230 is a parlay piece. I wouldn't go minus 250, guys, because it's a lightweight fight, and if Frevola takes the leap past the resistance and he wrestles him to decision, I would be slamming my television in pure anger because we have to keep our eyes open to the fact, guys. Frevolva's only landing at a 41% clip. He's throwing 8 significant strikes per minute, and he's landing 3.43 per minute, excuse me. And he does have 59% striking defense, but I mean, to me, like, that striking defense, it don't look like 59% when you watch the film of Frevola because, I mean, maybe because he's been dropped. I'm going to pull up how many times he's been dropped now, guys. He has been dropped. Let's see. He's been dropped 5 times, guys. 5 times. And 2 of them did come in the first 3 fights of his career, which to me is a good sign. Frevola, let's see. And the last time he's been knocked down was Terrence McKinney when he knocked him out in 7 seconds because Frevola decided to brawl with him. But it was only 7 seconds, so I can't even say he decided to brawl with him. Because when Frevola comes out, guys, in the fight, that bell rings, I swear, man, this guy's not coming in there to go to decision, guys. And I would not want to be holding a Matt Frevola ticket with Azaitar standing across the octagon. But the one thing that I kind of do like, it could be, there's tons of ways you guys can play this fight. I mean, I would take Frevola and maybe parlay him with the over 1.5. I mean, Azaitar, guys, don't get me wrong, Azaitar's been knocked down in the regional film. I've seen this man's hands down low, but the people that have brawled with him have been knocked the fuck out, and they have not. I don't think half of the opponents have still woken up yet, guys. I mean, I'm not lying, guys. This guy hits like a goddamn truck. He hits like a truck, and I am warning everyone that has money on Matt Frevola. If you have money on him, you better hope that his coaches either slap him in the face if he doesn't wrestle him in the first round and he survives, or you better hope that they're damn well training 15 minutes of cardio. Because I'll tell you guys right now, Azaitar's been 5 rounds, but when he did go 5 rounds, I watched the 5-round fight that he had. He slowed down, guys. He did slow down, but the power was still there. I think he got like a knockdown. I think it was a knockdown late 3rd, maybe early 4th, but still, guys. I mean, Frevola, let's go to Frevola's wrestling stats real quick. See how he does in the wrestling. He has shot 32 takedowns in the UFC, and he's landed 12 of them at a 37% clip. But this is what really gets to me, and this is why I don't think Frevola can win this fight, guys. 13% control time is not enough. To me, to bet for Volva in this spot, I would need at least, I would say, 25% control time and maybe landing your takedowns at over a 50, I would say like 55% clip I'd give him. Um, what Azaitar's power, I know I've said it multiple times in this video, it's unmatched, guys. I just don't want people saying that I told you not to bet for Volva and he goes out there and smokes Azaitar. I mean, it could happen. It's MMA, guys. This fight's a pick'em. I just personally think if you want to throw this fight, which I'm telling you now, I'm going to be having at least 2 or 3 props on this fight. And the first one that I really love is fight to end by knockout for multiple reasons. Azaitar's not going out there trying to take someone down. Azaitar's been knocked down in the regionals, and every single loss that Frevola has, I am pretty sure, is by knockout in the UFC. He's lost twice. 2 times in the UFC. He's lost 3 times in the UFC, my bad. Trizukian was landing heavy ground and pound though on him. He got knocked down in 7 seconds by McKinney, which I think Azaitar hits harder than McKinney. It could be on take. And he got knocked out by Polo Reyes. I know that was his UFC debut, but I don't really think that Frevola can get a submission. I haven't really seen anything crazy of Azaitar with his submission defense, but he's training with Umar Nurmagomedov. So he's training with wrestlers, guys. He's training with grapplers, and I will damn well tell you now, it's a 2-year layoff that he's had, which kind of does scare me laying any money line in this fight because of the 2-year layoff. Because if Frevola has to wrestle and he doesn't yield too much control time, I think violence is a little bit overpriced. There's another prop that I like when it opens. And that's for, I know I was just kind of crapping on the Frevola submission, but let's say he does get him down, guys, right? Like, we haven't seen Azaitar really on his back in the regionals. We haven't really seen him control because a lot of his opponents aren't shooting takedowns. But let me go back because there was one fight of Azaitar which I was going crazy about. The Alejandro Martinez fight, he got the round 3 knockout. Guys, he was losing that fight up until that 3rd round because he got taken down a couple of times and he got controlled and he did give up the back to get back up. And at the time, I wasn't really like Frevola. They were like when he fought Jalen Turner, which was, let me check now. It was 3 years ago. That was when he was a purple belt, guys. Fast forward 3 years later, I think Frevola is most likely a BJJ black belt. I might have missed it on some fights I was watching. Sorry if I did, but guys, a BJJ black belt against a guy's game that we haven't seen tested. We haven't really seen Azaitar tested on the ground, and when we see him tested on the ground, he gives his back to get up. And I know Frevola damn well can get a rear naked choke. So there are 2 ways that I'm going to play this fight. It's my pick is fight to end by knockout. Just because Frevola has power too, and he can brawl, and Azaitar's been knocked down a couple of times in the regionals. So I think fight to end by KO, the cut that fight doesn't go price, is a good way to look at it. I really do. I think 8 out of 10 times this fight ends inside the distance. The only way it doesn't end inside the distance in my mind is Frevola just wrestling him the whole fight, which the guy doesn't yield enough control time and even to order to do that. So fight to end by KO, which I hope, and I know the bookies are going to be giving plus money because I know they're going to. And even if it's around minus 125, minus 130, guys, and slamming a unit on it, I think I'm going to slam a unit on it either way, even if it's like plus 100 rands. But even plus 200, guys, I might go heavy on it. I really love this spot. And a little hedge spot, the Frevola submission. I think 2 great looks to play this fight. Guys, I can't tell you. I'm beyond excited for this fight. I mean, I want to represent Frevola so bad because I'm from New York, but I can't back this guy up here, man. I can't back up a money line pick here, guys. If you have a money line pick here, bless you, because it's going to be a sweat, I think, with either side you have. Violence is the answer. Cut that fight doesn't go to decision. Fight to end by KO. Little hedge on Matt Frevola by sub. And that's all I got to say for this fight, guys. I hope you guys enjoy these breakdowns. You guys can check me out on MMA_Propaholic on Twitter. And I'm going to be dropping my YouTube link on my Twitter. I don't know why I haven't done that yet. I got to drop my Discord link on my Twitter. So you guys can sub to the channel so you guys can join the Discord where we talk fights. I bet other sports too. I bet NBA. I bet the NBA props. I bet NFL props. I'm the propaholic, guys. I don't touch any game lines. Only money lines I touch is in UFC. I don't look for game lines. So if you guys are looking for game lines in the NFL and the NBA, I do know someone who he's nice with it, but he's under the radar. He's under the radar, but I definitely will send you guys his picks if you guys want straight picks of game lines, money lines, over-unders on any other sport. He covers it all besides soccer. But that's all I got for you guys. I hope you guys enjoy. Leave a like, comment, and peace out.